Hey there Gadget fans, Rick here again from GadgetHero.com. Today I'd like to review two different suction cup mounts from a company called Joby that are part of their action series. These two mounts can be used with virtually any action camera you may own, whether it be a GoPro, a Sony, or anybody else's. They're standard 1/4" 20 threads, so you can pretty much put anything on there you want, including an external microphone. Now they make two different models. This one has got the GorillaPod arm on it, and this one's got a locking arm on it, and I'll show you both of those so you get a feel for what they contained. I've tried a lot of different suction cup mounts over the years, and I find these two to be hands down the best I've ever used for a lot of different reasons, and I'll give you some of those in a minute. So let me open up the GorillaPod arm one first. These kits are really complete. They come with pretty much everything you need to use the mount immediately. So when you pull it out of the package, you'll notice you've got the suction cup itself, you've got an attachment for a GoPro, you've got the GorillaPod arm, and if you use these GorillaPod arms before, you know how they work already, but what I like so much about them is you can virtually put the camera in any position whatsoever, and it's extremely firm, so it's going to hold that position and not shake loose. The problem I have with a lot of mounts are that you've got tiny little knurled knobs you've got to use to tighten it down. If there's any weight to that camera, over time it'll start to sag, and you'll have issues. So I like that an awful lot about the Jobys. So basically you just put it on, again a standard thread here. So you tighten it on the thread, and once you get it tightened to the base, and I'll get it on there eventually, once you get it tightened to the base, then you can either mount the GoPro adapter on the top, or if you've got a Sony or some other camera that uses a 1/4" thread, you can just put it right on there. Now, some of the advantages out of the gate to this kit are the suction cup, which is larger than most other suction cups. A lot of them have really small suction cups, and obviously the surface area where this contacts the glass or any non-porous surfaces, the smaller it is, the less adhesion it's going to have. So having a little larger suction cup is nice. I find this material to be a little bit more flexible as well. Some of the problems I've had with the other ones I've used are that the bottom material, the rubber that actually touches the glass or whatever you're adhering it to, is very stiff, and that's a problem because if it's not flexible, it's not going to really impact the entire surface of the glass you're trying to attach. The other thing that's really cool about these is that the attachment to tighten it is just a matter of spinning this knob. So if you can see the end of it there, I'll spin the knob. See how it pulls in? So it's just a 1/4 of a turn, that's it. Now what I like again about that so much is that any position I'm in, I can get my hand on it and tighten that up. So there's really no position it could be in where I can't actually tighten it quickly. A lot of the suction cup mounts that are out there, especially the less expensive ones, have a little tab you've got to slap down, and it's really sometimes hard to get inside your car under your windshield and tighten that down. So that's a really 1/4 turn, and it's locked on there nice and tight. One other built-in benefit of this, which was kind of a side benefit for me, is the fact that there's enough weight to this that I can put my action camera on it and use it as a tripod if I have to. So if I'm doing a really short piece where I just need visuals of me, I can put the action camera on there, sit it down, and actually do a video of that. The other ones don't do that. They'll tend to fall over. So this is really nice because it's centered. So that's the one with the GorillaPod arm on it. Again, the only difference between these kits, and you get everything you need, there's instructions, not that you need them, nice little Joby sticker in there. The difference between them is really either the GorillaPod arm or the locking arm. Now the locking arm is a little bit different. It's a little different mechanism where it's got one centering arm in the center, then you lock it in place like that. So there's really two pieces of plastic on either side that squeeze in tight. So what makes it easy is I can adjust both of these to whatever position I need, tighten this up, and it's going to stay locked solid. So for me, it's the perfect solution because, again, when I'm in my car, I may want to use this one for my action camera and this one for my microphone, and having two separate mounts means that I can have the camera in one position, put my mic a little closer to me, a little further away from me. If I'm traveling with somebody and I'm trying to capture audio from both, I can move the mic between us and have the camera off at an angle. So I like these a lot. They're very inexpensive compared to a lot of the mounts out there, and they're durable as heck. I mean, I've used these a while. I know it looks like I just unboxed them, but this is really my second set of these. I've had them for quite some time. They go through a lot of use. A lot of abuse, quite honestly, out in the field, and they just really last. There's really no issues at all. The last thing I'll say about them is that compared to a lot of the other ones that I buy, I find that over time things wear out, so that suction mechanism will crack or break and it won't pull the actual surface in tight enough. Or worse, if you're using them in cold weather, this rubber will get very, very stiff over time, and then again doesn't give you full adhesion to the surface you're trying to attach it to. So anyway, I've got some links below if you want to check these out. They're a great product. I like them an awful lot. I use them every time I'm out in the car filming. They'll stick to any non-porous surface, so that can be your windshield, it can be any piece of glass. I've actually stuck them on the side of my truck and they stick real well there. So pretty much anywhere you can stick something with a suction cup, they'll stick. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the review. If you have any questions, please drop them below. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. And again, I've put some links below that you can find these if you want to check them out and see what the cost and other functionality is. Anything you can add as far as thumbs up would be great for the channel. We appreciate those. Please subscribe. We're growing a subscriber base pretty quickly, so we'd appreciate any subscriptions. That's it. Thanks an awful lot for watching.